Hey beauties, good afternoon. All right, every now and then I like to have these conversations because I'm here for all of us to improve. Not just me, but you. Not just you, but me. Now, I find that a lot of our men sometimes feel that they need to be exhibit exaggerated masculinity, this over macho nature. Generally, I can tell you that women are not attracted to that. We love masculinity. Let me clear that up. We love our masculine men. We like when our man is bold and courageous and strong, like literally strong mentally and physically. We love that about our men. We like to see that sort of lion in the man. We love that. But notice the lions, you see, the fiercest, not necessarily the strongest, because I mean, look at that elephant's body, in comparison to them. But because they're very witty and they're very smart, and that is why they're called the king of the jungle. It's not just in terms of the strength that they would have physically, but they're not necessarily the strongest, maybe not even the smartest, but they have a level of agility. And there is a gentle side that I've seen among lions and lionesses. Follow this guy who rear them, who, grow them and rear them. And when you see them, sometimes they wonder to yourself, but wait, is that little chihuahua puppy or whatever this? As a matter of fact, they seem even more loving when they start to leap upon you with them heavy weighty self. Them say heavy when it's dead, weighty when you're alive. With them weighty self, and they have this way like it, what and you see it in the Lion King. When you watch a movie, you see that they keep going like this with their heads, showing their love. And even when you see the male lion there with the woman, the lioness, you see how they're going on and going, and you say to yourself, but wait, and when you're roaring at the male lion, him just back down and kind of back off and so forth. So he knows when to take down his level of masculinity. So if that the roaring, powerful animal can do that, so can you. You have to sometimes, especially among Jamaican men, because you deal with your men that way, your brethren men, I'm talking about now, you carry that same attitude towards your women because you practice talking to them like that. You end up speaking with women like that, and it's too rough. We can't take it. I'm telling you, psychologically, the women, as much as we're emotionally stronger, where we can take certain pressures of life, psychologically it's slightly different. We can't deal with that. We can't really deal with that. Notice I'm not saying mentally. So it's like when I say psychology, it's like our attitude or spirit, so to speak. We can't manage that because we're not wired that way. We're wired to get gentility. I know our tongues are like, I don't even know what to call it. Sometimes women's tongues are like vipers. Because we don't have the physical strength. The strength is in the tongue. I'm not saying that we are right for that. Sorry, we need to work on that. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying no. But I'm saying, men, you are too rough and coarse. And we are not attracted to over... No. No. That's not attractive. You don't need to behave like that. Just take it easy. And be gentle, be a gentleman. We're not expecting a Romeo speaking to a Juliet sort of lines, because many of you don't even know that. Many of you don't even know that, how to romance a woman. And it's something that you would have to deliberately go and try to learn. Just as how you wouldn't necessarily want the one, oh my God, like, are you serious? Like, really? Oh my God, no. No, we don't need to behave like that as women either. So this girl is an idiot. You'd find that ridiculous, and it would be really too much. Like you feel like you could not even have a real conversation with her. Similarly, we can't manage your over masculinity. It's not real. You don't have to do that. Society has forced many of you to behave that way because you don't want to be labeled something. That big H word, or the big G word, or the big B word, which one of them you want to call it. So you can't even be normal and easy. Yes, you're going to be a man because you're made that way. So there are certain innate things that naturally will come to you as a man that you don't have to do. I don't have to, overly gesticulate to show that I'm a woman. I don't have to. I'm like, oh my God. I don't have to lighten my voice. That's not my voice. I have a more deep resonating voice, a strong, powerful voice as a full-blown 100% female. Born a female, always will be a female. You understand what I'm saying, man? Take down the heavy masculine. It's too rough. It come like when a dog a bark. That's how it feels. Like one of those Rottweilers or pit bulls or whatever you want to call them, barking like they're very irate and angry and they want it. That's how it comes across. And in 1 Peter 3, I can see why Peter cautioned, and it was God through Peter said, listen, husbands, treat your wives gently, because he knows that you can be rough and tough and coarse. Because if you don't, if you embitter her, if you treat her rough, if you're harsh and coarse, COARSE, not COURSE, like you're taking a course or going on a trip or something like that. Rough. If you're like a sandbit, you're tough and rough, your prayers will be hindered. Says almost like it goes a boop, boom, and come back down. It goes nowhere. Sometimes you wonder how you pray about some things that, God, that God could have just really easily answered that. Check how you're treating your wives, your girlfriends, the females in your lives. It's not that I'm an adult. I said to myself, it looked like the men couldn't wait to unleash their anger towards women. Many of you are misogynists. I know you have misandrists around and so on, but many of you seem to be misogynists. Many of you seem to be misogynists. And we have misandrists. I'm not going to tell you the meaning of those words. I'm going to ask you to look up on both of them. Somebody say I should lecture. You think so? I think I do a good job. I go do it now. But, let me get back to the point, men. Just treat your women gently, Learn how to romance your women. Lord, some of the things that we've been hearing for years, I wish, I am so in love with my country and loving on my people that when I say some of the things that I do, it is that I want both you and I to improve. I'm saying it to me as much as I'm saying it to you. I'm saying it to you as much as I'm saying it to me. I just really want us to improve. Take down the heavy masculine, because it's causing you to be coarse and unfeeling, and it comes across as insensitive and uncaring to your women. And because we're among the vulnerable groups, God will listen to us when we cry out to him. That's why you don't want a woman bawl for you. You don't want a woman to bawl for you, because God will hear her and answer accordingly. Don't make a woman bawl for you. Be careful of how you treat her. Treat her like a princess. Sometimes when you hear she run off her mouth, ignore it sometimes. I'm not saying that you must sit and take abuse. I would never say that. I come against that. I don't advocate nor do I subscribe to abuse in any shape, form, or fashion, whether it's verbal, physical, psychological, emotional, financial. I don't care. Once it names abuse, I'm against it. But sometimes, us women, we're miserable and all of that, and we might run off for more to ignore. Don't like what a man said, a girl said her father did when his wife would start. Him just put on him water boots and gone, and then come back. Because he probably know that he's going to want to retaliate, or don't want to do something that he's going to regret. So him just, and teeth and tongues will meet. But it's how you deal with it. You have to find a way of dealing with it amicably and ensure that the sun doesn't go down on your wrath. That you don't go to bed with it. Because what you're doing, you're sowing a seed and watering it. And that is what your life is going to start to emit day after day after day. So you have to find ways of resolving it. So that some things after a while, you just say, sure, I'm not even going to count that. Because think about it, men. Some of the bad things that many of you have done in terms of your actions, I don't need to get in some of them. The women have stood by you nonetheless, many of them. Don't go toe-to-toe with a woman in argument, especially. Don't do it. You can't take on everything. You can't want physical strength, emotion, everything. You can't want everything. God made you and I. We're equal, but it's a different sort of equality. Different sort of equality. Different authority. You have the power of authority. We have the power of influence. So that is why our tongue is sharper, We are emotionally tougher generally. You are physically stronger. So you can't want everything. So just easy. Obviously, you have to have conversations. I'm not saying we're going to be ridiculous. But men, you're too coarse, you're too rough. Especially Jamaican men. Yes, guys. So, let's take down the heavy masculinity. All right? Follow me on TikTok. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, please.